So this presentation deals with a technical standard for benzene, which is being developed by the Ministry of the Environment. And this is a third set of consultation meetings, and which took place in February of 2016. The name of the team that's doing this work is Environmental Health Strategies, Inc. And my name is Jacob Shapiro. The company was established by me 25 years ago. I've trained at McGill and also at the University of Cambridge. And the clients of Environmental Health Strategies include federal and provincial governments. And we've done a lot of work with the petroleum refining industry over the past 10 years. The team also includes experts from US and Canada, with Patrick Foley, who's a chemical engineer with 25 years regulatory experience with the United States Environmental Protection Agency, pretty much all of it with petroleum refineries, and Jeremy Shute, who is a partner with Shared Value Solutions, with more than 20 years experience working with First Nations and conflict resolution issues. So the purpose of this work is to review the standards for benzene emissions. These are regulatory standards in Germany, the United States, which is the most important jurisdiction that Ontario compares itself to, and California standards, and compare them to what is being currently proposed for the province of Ontario. This work is being done on behalf of the Walpole Island First Nation, and we have been working with the Walpole Island First Nation for about 8 months, and the work is expected to conclude in about May of this year. So our agenda for this presentation is to explain what is a technical standard, to explain how is a technical standard established, what is the process, in other words, that is ministry follows, and present the conclusions and recommendations at the end of the standard. In the actual meetings, we had extensive questions and answers periods, which obviously will not be part of this presentation. So what is benzene? Benzene is a clear and colorless liquid with a gasoline-like odor. Its most prominent source is use of petroleum, which is it's a natural component of crude oil, and it naturally occurs in other areas, including forests. The chemical evaporates, the liquid evaporates into air quite quickly. It is also a major component of some petrochemical products that are produced and used in the Chemical Valley in Sarnia, which include styrene, the use of styrene, and manufacture of styrene. The International Agency for Research on Cancer classified benzene as carcinogenic to humans. And therefore, there is a requirement to manage it so that it is released in concentrations that do not present harm to residents who live in the area where these operations exist. So what is a technical standard? A technical standard is one of 3 regulatory instruments that Ontario government has to manage benzene emissions. The other 2 instruments are called point of impingement standard, which applies at the fence line of an industrial facility. And the third one is a site-specific air standard, which applies to a specific facility, and not necessarily to the industrial sector that facility is part of. So what is in the proposed technical standard? The technical standard is triggered when the industry finds that it cannot meet the requirements of a point of impingement standard, and it informs the ministry that it wishes to use an alternate way of complying with the Ontario regulations. The technical standard is intended to be based on the best available air pollution controls or technical methods. And in effect, what the plan is for the technical standard to have 5 components for 5 different processes in a refinery. And these processes are leak detection and repair for leaks that come from equipment such as valves, pumps, and flanges, from the wastewater treatment operations in the refinery, from storage tanks, from loading operations that include loading of trucks, tank trucks and tank cars, rail cars, as well as loading of marine vessels. And the technical standard will also include requirements for monitoring for benzene concentrations around the fence line of the refinery.